विकास हो गया रेडी? विकास सर.
Hello sir, good evening. After confirmation of Vikas sir, you may please continue with the session.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Ma'am, we can start.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. Once again, I'm here to moderate the second day of International Faculty Development Program. On behalf of the organizing team of the International Faculty Development Program, I'm Anuradha, your moderator, and it is truly an honor to be with you once again as we continue this enriching academic journey together. Good evening to all respected dignitaries, esteemed resource persons, faculty members, researchers, academicians, scholars, participants joining us from different institutes and countries. Before we begin today's session, I would like to take a moment to reflect on the insightful and inspiring proceedings of day one. Yesterday marked a wonderful beginning to this prestigious program, setting a strong intellectual foundation for the days ahead. Day one of the FDP witnessed highly engaging and thought-provoking session by distinguished academicians Dr. Shailja Vasudeva delivered an insightful lecture on contemporary trends in teaching, highlighting innovative pedagogical approach, evolving educational practices, and the role of technology in modern learning environments. The second session was conducted by Professor Dr. Aarti Gupta on effectiveness of outcome-based education in Indian universities, where she discussed the significance, implementation, and the impact of outcome-based education in enhancing academic quality and the student learning outcomes. Both sessions received enthusiastic participation and appreciation from faculty members, researchers, and participants from various institutes and countries. Today, we continue the momentum with two highly relevant and contemporary themes: research proposal writing and research methods, and use of AI tools in classroom teaching opportunities and challenges. These themes are extremely significant in today's academic and research ecosystem, where innovation, interdisciplinary research, and technology driven pedagogy are shaping the future of higher education. We are privileged to have with us distinguished academicians, scholars who have made remarkable contribution in teaching, research, and academic leadership. Before proceeding further, I request everyone to kindly maintain decorum during the session, keep your microphones muted, and use the chat box for queries and interactions. Your enthusiastic participation from various universities and institutes has made this IFTP truly international and academically vibrant. We sincerely thank you all participants for their continuous support and active engagement. Now, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our first distinguished resource person, Dr. Ghulam Mir Rahmani. Dr. Ghulam Mir Rahmani is currently serving as Associate Professor and Vice Chancellor for International Relations Affairs at Rao University, Paris, France. He is also associated with the Department of Sociology at Belgaum Government University, Afghanistan. Dr. Rahmani completed his bachelor's degree from Baghlan University and pursued his master's in sociology from Osmania University in 2011. He earned his PhD from Osmania University in 2020 on the topic Political Ideology, Political System, and Voting Behavior in India and Afghanistan, a comparative analysis. Further strengthening his academic profile, he completed his postdoctorate from University of Kerala on social political dimensions of conflict in a multi-ethnic society and search for peace, a case study of Afghanistan. He also holds postgraduate diplomas in human rights, human relations, leadership management, and governance. He also, Dr. Rahmani has received numerous prestigious recognitions, including Silver Medal as Best Researcher 2016, Mahatma Gandhi Peace Award 2018, Lifetime Achievement Best Teacher Award, and Best Research Paper Award. His academic excellence and international exposure make him an inspiring scholar and mentor for researchers across disciplines. Today, he will deliver his expert lecture on research proposal writing and research methods. Sir, we are truly honored by your gracious presence. I now request you to kindly deliver your valuable session.
Thank you very much. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, distinguished professors, researchers, distinguished guest speakers, students, and all the participants. First of all, let me to make a great of thanks for all the convener of this seminar, and particularly for the Professor Deepak, who invited me in this valuable conference. The topic which I would like to talk for today, that is research proposal writing and research method and social science. This is one of the topics, the topic which all the researchers who are going to start their research, they have to think it about these topics on deeply to how to start their research on the right directions. Now let's to come to see, first of all, we have to know and what research it is, and we have to understand about that exactly the meaning of the research. Sometimes the people are having different visions and different dreams, and they want to do the research for different purposes. But the exact meaning of the research we will discuss in this today. Research is a systematic effort to gain a knowledge and discover new facts. And also the second meaning of the research can be possible to some people. Some people are considering to research as a movement from knowledge to unknown knowledge. And also the research has derived from two the words, the re and verb. And the search, it means we are trying to find something which is not discovered yet. Or the research, it has meaning we have to do the research to find out the truth and the reality which is not discovered. And so we are always, this is exactly the meaning of the research. We have to keep it in our mind. Based on this meaning of the research, we have to start at our work, and a part of that we have some purposes for doing the research. What can be those things? We will come and discuss about it. All the researchers trying to have their own purposes, but the purpose can be different from this scholar to this another scholar. The first, the scholar should understand about himself what exactly he wants to do the research. The research he's going to do the research for the purpose of income, to make a money for his future, or the purpose to promote his capital, or he develop his own knowledge, or the purpose of he want to help the society to discover new knowledge and to make a knowledge for the useful for the future. That can be in the area of social science, it can be the field of science and or technology, whatever. And also, another purpose of the scholars can be possible to entrust to do the research for discovering something new for the future generation. And also, not all these 4 points, it can be something different for a prestige, for a patient, for having the position for their futures, or they want to be a minister, president, whatever. So, and the other purpose of the research can be possible to further the contribution that the researcher is going to do the research for the part of his life. He want to make the research to understand the knowledge, to discover something which is not exist now, and he want to bring those knowledge for discover the knowledge for the future of his career, so for enrichment of his knowledge and some other things. And also, The research, some other
Yeah,
scholars will
bad.
maybe having maybe do the research for he is not a recognized person. He do not recognize as a research findings, and some people has done the research, but he could not find the reality in fact of in the ground. So he is going to do the research
एक
again
मिनट रुको भैया देख लेंगे अभी से
bring a change to find out something which is not was not clear before, and he want to make it clear. Or some other purpose can be do not acknowledge, and the people who are some people are having the purpose to do the research to not for the purpose of appreciating someone to acknowledging by some other people. He want to do the research only for the purpose of discovering the knowledge, for the purpose of teaching his knowledge, for the purpose of making the next generation to be understand well about the specific point of topics which he's going to do the research. Or other examples can be possible to, we are doing the research, the purpose of the researcher can be possible to do the research for the transferring knowledge from one generation to another generation. So otherwise, without that, without doing the research, it is not be possible. And the last point, for example, we are doing the research for the purpose of surviving a language or surviving a script for the next generations, for surviving the scientific knowledge for the next generation to transfer for other generations. And also we are coming to do the research for the purpose of to maintaining a language, of knowledge, for understanding and to doing the research. We have to understand the language. Otherwise, without understanding the communication language, it cannot be possible. Because if we do not understand the language of research, so we can imagine with different imagination. As we can see in this screen, you can see different colors. If we understand the language, we can understand how the research is going to be doing in the particular field. Otherwise, the imagination of everyone will be different, and then that can be impossible to the research in the right directions and properly. So the research, the language is one of the significant part of the research to understand the language and properly to understand the research for developing the knowledge and the scrutiny and the right way of research is going to do it. And another part of the purpose of the research is that to script is to another gift of given by our ancestors. Without the script, there have been no book and no library. It means that we are doing the research in the social science method is that we have to do the research for the purpose of to maintaining the books, to maintaining the libraries, to maintaining the knowledge to be exist for the futures. Otherwise, if you do not look for the scripts, if you do not do the research to provide the script for the future, and then the research will be meaningless. So, for one of the important aspects of to do it in the research, that is script. Always we have to understand that and to use the scripts and create a script for the future, and to provide to look for the reference of the script, for the reference of the libraries, and to make these libraries to be continued to sustainable for the next generation. And always the one of the value of the research is to provide a script for maintaining the knowledge, and to continue the libraries and the scripts for the future purpose. And another purpose of the research and the social science method is that some people are trying to do the research for the purpose of getting a degree. Some the people are thinking about the purpose of to enriching their knowledge. But it is not like that, in that always the purpose of research in the life can be possible to do it for the lifestyle. And for today, we can say improvement of mode of the transport is not only reducing the time to involvement in travel, the cost, and also increase the convenience of the travel. Whatever today we can see it in the technology, transport, and facilities, and also technology facilities, the communication facilities. These are all the result of doing the research. The research can change the lifestyle, our lifestyles, from one step to another step, from one chapter to another chapter. This is one of the value of doing the research and deeply. And also we can say that similarly, we can say that drinking right within the household has reduced the labor's work of the woman folk in fetching waters. Invention of the electricity has made important change in the schedule of working of the people. And as we look to the why we are doing the research, one of the purpose of research is to bring a change in the lifestyle of the humans in the society, and also to bring in the facilities by inventing the new knowledge, by inventing new science, by inventing new technology. We can have a different lifestyles. The lifestyle can be possible to change by change through doing the research, scientific research. Otherwise, the lifestyle will be survived like as it is as a normal. And we are having other part of answer of these questions. The purpose of the research in social science method is that we should have to have the question for ourselves, and why we are going to do the research. That we are doing the research to pay back the knowledge to other generations. Today we are coming to and learning knowledge in the particular countries. We are going to come in the Europe or going to the Western countries, some other countries, and when you learn the knowledge, and with this knowledge you have to keep this knowledge in your mind, but not to keep it hide, and you have to transfer back to for the next generations. Otherwise, the knowledge is useless and meaningless. Means we are when we learn the knowledge, when we learn the technology, when we do the research and discover something, we should not keep it or discover what we discover it, what we find it out. We have to share it with our findings with the next generation. So what the next peoples to we are a bit of the society, we are a bit of the peoples, we are a bit of the new generation. We have to transfer these things. Otherwise, the researches cannot be useful for the future for the society. So we are responsible against of our society when we are doing the research. When a researcher is going to getting a scholarships and going to somewhere else and outside of the country and outside of their own home country, and despite he is doing the research, despite he's gaining the knowledge, but he is responsible against of the people. He's responsible against for their own future generation. He's responsible for whole society. He has to pay back all those knowledge to his future, because through this procedure, we can continue and maintain the knowledge on sustainability. Otherwise, we will be responsible against of our knowledge. We are coming to the objectivity in the of our purpose in social science research, but what we want to do it in research, we should have it objectivity in our social research. Otherwise, because if we do not have objectivity in our research, then there will not be possible to do the right research for our futures. For example, we can see in this picture, you can see there are two images. One, just a minute. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay. Yes. And now we can see in these pictures why we are doing the research. We are doing the research for the purpose of making the objectivity of some things which is doubtful. For example, in this picture, you can see from one side, the people are looking to this picture thinking that this is the number 6. And another side, the people said, no, this is the number 9. but how we can do it, how we can make clear this doubt for about this activity. We have to do it the research and bring the reality in evidence. By the evidence, we can prove that this is number 6 or this can be number 9. So the objectivity is, because of the objectivity of the research, we have to make clear whatever is not clear before. Or if we have to make it clear the doubt what the people are imagining between themselves. And now we are coming to other part of the research. The other part of the purpose of the research is that the research is for the purposes not only some people are doing the research for the answering the question of the people what they are guessing, or other people are thinking to they are doing the research for the purpose of making clear of the what is not discovered. The main aim of the research is to find out the truth which is hiding and which has not yet been discovered. The person who wants to do the research, that they try to uncover truth, reality on all these things. And also, we can say that other purpose of the research, element of the research can be possible, that can be
turn on your camera once again.
Yes, okay. Another purpose of the research is advancing of the knowledge. Increase what you don't know till now. This is one of the purpose which the researcher is going to do the research. Other element of the purpose of the research can be provide the new insight, give the fresh understanding or new perspectives which is not has been understood before, and also empirical content to existing the theories. There are different type of theories, and we have to use the different theories to bring a fact or modifying the existing theories. Or we can do to social benefits. So we are doing the research for the help of society, for solving the problem of the society, for bringing the change of the lifestyle of the people. These are the purpose of the research. Or we want to change the economy of the peoples, or some people are proposing to do the research because only for the purpose of getting the PhD, for the title of being to call out as a doctor. That's all. There is no hopes, there is no objective, there is no dream, nothing. And that is other different purpose people researcher can start their own research. We can see not only this, we know there are lots of people having different desires, there are different purposes. The desire of some people research can be looked for the degree benefit, that's all. And some the desire of the researcher can be possible to to solving the challenge which is exists in the society, for the society which is having a crisis. He want to do the research to find the solution for the particular society, or the solving the problem of the society. And also the other desire of the researcher can be possible to joy for his doing the research, for understanding his the society, for discovering a knowledge, for making his knowledge to be enriched, to serve for the society, serve for the generation, serve for the people. The desire of the researcher can be possible for understanding and having relationship with the people and thinking for their own futures. These are, before starting the research, we may have all these questions we discussed before, and now we are coming to understand about the objective of the research. What the research methodology can be possible to do it in the social science. The first objective must be well stated. Means whatever you want to find out, you should be specific, you should be clear and easy understand and focus what you want to do it. Some people can start their research with a lot of ambiguous. They do not have dream, they do not have objectives, just they want to do it, the research. Later on, after the conclusion, they will understand what he has done. But sometimes we have seen some of the scholars and researchers who done the research, and later on he prepared the objective for their purpose, for adjusting his research with the objective of what he's going to start in the before. That means we can see some researchers done the research and later on he prepared objectives. So it means before we want to start the research, we should have a clear state to why you are doing the research, how you want to do the research, and what is your vision for this research, and what do you want to do with this idea, and what is this idea for? We should have all these things in a clear mind, and then you can start your research. For example, causes and insecurity for the student in Paris and university since 2020 to 2016. So this will be one of the reasons why the students who are in Paris in 2016-2020 are not feeling secure. We are trying to do the research for the purpose of having a safety for the student for their future. So this is our clear vision we want to do in the research. So like this, we should have such examples. For example, economic crisis, that can be poverty, that can be case study, whatever. But we should have this objective in our mind before we want to start the research. And also, when we want to do the research, we should have these other elements for our objectives. The time requirement for a female scholar to be complete. This is another example we prepare here. For example, time required for the female scholar to be complete research. For example, the female who want to do the research, it will be take more time compared to the male for completing their own research. Why it is like that? We have to do the research, and later on we can share the findings and the reason why it is going to be this change different will be there. Or distribution of the scholars by the time taken for the completion of their research work, or other some other examples can be possible. After we make clear our objectives of doing the research, and later on we should have the clear hypothesis. The hypothesis sometimes it can be real, or sometimes it cannot be real. But always the hypothesis can be like imagination, it is close to the truth and the reality. But we have to prepare the hypothesis in the social side that should not be far away from the fact and the reality of the ground. We have to prepare and design it as much as that should be close to the reality and fact of what you want to do it. For example, we can look for this example, hypothesis. Helpful, but not must be a statement you try to prove it or test. Always we will have the hypothesis, but then particularly, and the hypothesis is very important in the social science. But we have to have the hypothesis. Maybe sometimes the hypothesis can be proved, that can be come true, or sometimes it cannot become true. So it can be close to the reality. The chance of the committing, for example, we have the example of the hypothesis in social science. Chance of committing suicide is more among of farmers shifting to the new crops. This is one of the hypotheses we prepared, or we can say chance of committing suicide is more among the small farmers. Because why? Because they are not having the why it is like that. After the finding the reality, in fact, we can share in our findings. This is the reality, in fact. Or we can say we can have this type of hypothesis, like a female researchers take more time. Why it is taking more time of female? Because of their own engagement, because of their own problems, their own activity, whatever. So we will do it because the research on this hypothesis. Or unmarried scholars take less times. Means the students who are single, they can complete their thesis as soon as possible compared to people who are married. So this is one of the hypotheses, but maybe this is clear, true or not, but it is close to the reality. It means closer reality means the person who was not having the family responsibility, he can focus well and he can do the research very quickly as the person who was having engaged with a lot of member of his family who's married. Or scholars of part-time research scholars take more time. Yes, this is a close reality with the reality of facts in the social science means the person who was having job and doing the research. It will take a time for the person for such a kind of people. For example, we have this scholars, we had the scholars in Usmania University to complete their PhD within 10 years, within 6 years, within 12 years. One of the scholars who graduated with me, he has completed his PhD because he was in a part-time researcher. He had 14 years, during 14 years. This is the reality in fact. A scholar of the science faculty take less times, or we can say scholar with a MPhil qualification take a less time because he already has experience of the research. He may do it quickly than the person who's not done the MPhil research. So we can have other hypothesis like it takes a less time to complete a PhD under the experienced guy, the person who was having a good experience, a supervisor who has had a good experience on the particular area or the field of knowledge. He will be quickly can solve the problem of the researchers. The researcher can get it as he can complete a PhD as soon as possible. This is a hypothesis. It takes more time to complete the PhD under the guide, having more scholar, the supervisor who has a lot of scholars, and the person who is not having a lot of supervisor, it is totally clear. This will be it is taking time for the supervisor who to complete with a lot of scholars. Gender of guide influences the time for the completing of PhD, or this is one of another hypothesis for the person who is of the same gender. For example, a female can complete her PhD under the supervisor who is female, or maybe the person female cannot be complete a PhD under the male supervisor quickly. So these are the hypotheses we design it for well understanding of this method of research. And also short people are clever. Why the short people are clever? We have to make it proof, and scientifically we have to do the research. This is the reality because the society always talking about this, but we are not sure, but it is close to the reality. Let's do the research and bring the findings and out, and to is it reality or not. The fat people are rich. Some people in the before were thinking that the person who is fat, he's a rich man, because he's always having the money to eat whatever he likes. So this is one of the assumptions or hypothesis we have to prove. Some people who are poor, but they are very fat. So is it real? How we can make it clear this is he's a rich? Or coastal people having good eyesight, some other hypotheses also can be possible. But apart of these things, these are the very, very significant aspect of doing the research for researchers who are going to start their research. After understanding his purpose, and after the purpose, he may have own objectives. After the objectives become clear for the students, the researchers, later on, he may have, he may come to an implementation doing the research. But before implementing the research, he or she should have their own methodology. What methodology he or she has to start? But what is the value of the methodology and how the methodology can be included? Methodology is one of the method of evaluation. You collecting the data from the 2 points, the comparison of before and after the situation. We want to do the research because of comparing a data which is collected before by some other scholars. Another scholar want to do the research again for the specific data to discover new things. And thereafter, after the findings, he will make a comparison with the method second scholar done. And the first scholar and second our how the research, and the second, the tools of how we should have in social science, particularly we may have a quiz. We may the survey, how we want to use it, statistical techniques in our listed all these things before we want to use it, we start our research. And these are the main complement of the research we have to prepare before. And list the use of tools for each objective. Just justify the use of the tools. And for every questionnaire or tools of your data, you should have your own logic. Why you want to, you bring a justify why you want to use the questionnaire, because why you want to use the interview, why you want to use statistical methods. And for all these things, you should have the reality in fact for your source applications. You have to justify the selection of time period. Some students who are they are not when they want to start the research, they don't know how long it takes time. Maybe 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. But you should have time limitation for your research. If not available, the data should be tested. The data should be existed. The data, the library and object should be existed, or record should be existed. Or otherwise, the time will be will take more time. Or justify the location where you want to do it, the research in which particular area. Is it that location is safe for you? Is the location is close to you? Or do you have the transportation budget to go somewhere? Or maybe it depends on the budget, how you should make it a framework for yourself. For example, for preparing a title, how long you should take a time to prepare an exact title, which that should not be changed after 2 years, or after 3 years, or after 1 year. Some of the students may start with a one title in the first year, and the second year he may change his title. That is wasting the time. The here to this year, as I make it an example in this, and when we should have maybe applied it, but we should be clear with that. We may have two different type of data. The type of data can be primary data, that can be secondary. The
I think there is a network issue. Anuradha madam.
Sir.
और
Thank you
भानु
so
थोड़ा
much.
प्लीज वेट कर लेना, एक बार हो सकता है दोबारा जो ज्वाइन करें,
Sir,
वेट करें एक
reconnect.
बार. कुछ प्रॉब्लम है शायद नेट की इधर.
Hello.
Sir, please continue.
Hello. Oh,
Yes, sir.
Sir,
You can
please continue. Sir, please continue.
uh, uh, okay. And we are having two types of data. We have different types to make clear all these things by ourselves. And also we may have kind of data we can use it to collect the aspects which I have about the social science, and not the end of the science. I hope we may do
Sir, please sum up your PPT because there is some
more in the future.
network issue from your side.
Having
It appears our speaker has temporarily disconnected due to the network issue. Please bear with us for a moment while they connect.
Dr. Rahmani, are you able to listen? Are you able to hear me? You may please try to relocate your location somewhere else in your room or your residence. There you may get better internet connectivity. Dear participants, please wait for a while. Maybe they are reconnecting again, and we will request him to conclude his lecture. Dr. Deepak, please contact Dr. Rahmani if they are able to reconnect. Otherwise,
Sir, there
Madam
is some
Anuradha will.
network issue, sir. There is some network issue.
Okay, wait
can
for 1 or
continue
2
with our
minutes.
second resource
If
person.
they are not connected with us, then please, Anuradha ma'am, you may please conclude this session.
Okay, sir.
Now, please conclude.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your highly impactful and insightful session on research and its purpose, the role of language, script in research, and how we can bring positive changes to our lifestyle by embracing and applying new knowledge. Your detailed explanation of
Madam, please
formulating.
wait. Please, madam, please wait. Dr. Ramani is online.
Okay.
Sir, please unmute. Sir, please unmute your micro.
Dr. Rahmani, please unmute yourself so that we can hear you. Dr. Rahmani, please unmute.
Yeah, is it clear now?
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir.
Okay. I don't know from which part my PPT has stopped. I don't know. Can you let me from
Next,
which
sir.
part? Here, data collection,
Yes, sir.
and I think we had here in this part. Yeah, we have when we are doing the research. Is it okay? My voice is clear now?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now one of the important aspects of doing the research in social science, that is collecting the data. We have a primary data. We have two types of data: the primary data and also the secondary data. And the primary data can be observation methods. We have to look at for the observation. We have the primary data. We need to collect the information through this type of just a minute. This type of tools, we do have questionnaires, interview, observation test, and statistical. All these things is needed to do the research. And the primary data is very important. We have to collect the data based on the fact and reality, what we want to do it through the tools. And also we have the secondary data that is records, the registered, the return, report, and the byproduct of the administration required, the economical and the time saving, or all these things. We have to keep it in our mind before doing the research. But observation and primary data observation method, we have different type of methods with the participation. For example, we have prepared an example here with the participation with a marriage, without participation, or wristwatch preference, food habits, sand sport theories, interview, personal telephone, or questionnaire through the email to respond of the person directly, and special method or researcher. And also we can use it devices, the camera, or some other the tools as we can use it, or some stories we can use, and all these are the aspect of the primary data. And the aspect of the secondary data can be library, book, journal, website, and also report writings, case study. These are these are some just quickly, due to the limitation of the times, I come through quickly. If there is anything is not clear, I am here with you, and you can raise your questions. I will try to make clear as much as it's possible.
Madam, please conclude.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your highly impactful and insightful session on research. Its purpose, the role of language and script in research, and how we can bring positive changes to our life by embracing and applying new knowledge. Your detailed explanation of formulating clear and well-defined research objectives, emphasizing specificity, clarity, and focused study, along with practical examples of women researchers. It greatly enhanced our understanding of effective research methodology. I'm sure all participants have greatly benefited from your expertise and experience. Now we move towards our second session of the day. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our second distinguished speaker, Dr. Shruti Das Gupta. Dr. Shruti Das Gupta is a faculty member at the School of Law, UPES, and she has an exceptional academic background and has been awarded BA LLB Honors Gold Medal, LLM Gold Medal, Merit Award by Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund, and PhD from the University of North Bengal. She has also completed MBA from UPES, CS from Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and a prestigious course on justice from Howard University. Currently, she is pursuing a postgraduate certificate in higher education from the University of Law. With more than 13 years of teaching experience, Dr. Shruti Das Gupta strongly believes in effective and technology-enabled teaching methodologies. She has mentored students preparing for CA, CS, ICWA, and CLET examination for more than a decade. Her area of teaching includes jurisprudential approach to judicial process, environmental laws, professional ethics, and professional accounting. She has contributed extensively through journal publication, book chapters, and presentations at national and international conferences, including SAC conclaves. Today, she will address us on the highly contemporary and relevant topic, use of AI tools in classroom teaching, opportunities and challenges. Ma'am, we are grateful for your presence and eagerly look forward to learn from your expertise. Now, I request you to kindly take over the session.
इसके बाद भेजना है बस देखना
विकास सर प्लीज अनम्यूट कर दीजिए एक दो इसके वॉल्यूम आ रही
जी
सर
सर जी सर जी सर मैडम आप
I request ma'am kindly take over the
ज्वाइन
session.
करो मैम आप
If madam is not with us, then we can take questions from the participants. If they want to ask any questions to Dr. Rahmani, they are with us.
Okay, participants, if you have any question, then you can write in the chat box, or you can directly ask question from Dr. Rahmani.
Wait for 2 minutes, madam.
Rahmani sir, is it possible that we may have more than one hypothesis in our research?
Yeah, can you hear my voice now?
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir.
In fact, we can have it hypothesis up to 4. That should not be maximum of 5, because as much as we want to have the hypothesis, then we will make our research to be complicated, because it depends of our objectives. How many objectives do you have? Means if you have 4 objectives, you're supposed to have 4 hypotheses. If you have 5, you should have 5 hypotheses, because we have to connect it. We have to connect our hypothesis with the number of subjects. Based on that, we have whatever subject we have. Based on that, we should have the hypothesis to the answer the question of the objectives. Means to make a connect, to bring the reality and facts with what we are going to do it for the future objectives. So, but if we can have it 5, we can have it 6 or 7, but as much as we increase the hypothesis, then we will complicate it, our thesis or our research. As we want to make it least number of hypotheses, then we can come and we can do it our research and very briefly, and we can precisely. But we can make it more than 4 or more than 5, but it depends of your objectives. How many objectives do you have?
Okay, thank you, sir. And literature review is necessary in every research, or we may avoid literature review?
No, in fact, review literature is one of the significant aspects of the research, because without doing the research and review literature, we cannot come in the good findings, because review literature shows that, and the person who is doing the research, and as I have given the examples, I don't know that was disconnected or during my presentation, because why we are doing the research, we are doing the research to make a comparison between the person who has done the research before and the person who is doing the next person, who the second person want to do the research. But based on the previous research, we want to make clear our research. We come to close to the findings or the reality in fact, or that the previous review literature can enrich, it can be support our research, because the review literature is always a backup for our research. Without that one, that our research will not be stable. For that purpose, if we as much as we have a review literature, it shows that there is our research is more reliable and more stable,
more authentative and valid.
authentic, exactly. So
Thank
review
you,
literature
Rahmani,
is
sir.
important.
Thank you, Rahmani.
Welcome.
It's an honor for us that we have together again. Yeah. Thank you.
I think this is the review literature was not during the review literature explanation. I think that my internet was disconnected. Maybe that was not clear for the participant. That's why she raised the questions. I hope that now it's made clear.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request to Anuradha ma'am, please continue with the second session if the madam is available. Thank you.
I think ma'am has joined us, so ma'am can continue with the session.
Shruti madam, you can continue.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
you are audible.
All right. सभी को मेरा प्रणाम, शुभ संध्या। सर्वप्रथम मैं अपना हार्दिक धन्यवाद जताना चाहूंगी श्रीमान विकास पुनिया जी को और मेरे मित्र डॉक्टर राज यादव जी को, जिन्होंने मुझे ये अवसर दिया कि आप सभी के समक्ष आकर मैं इस ऑनलाइन डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पर कुछ कह सकूं। और मैं साथ ही साथ अभिनंदन व्यक्त करती हूँ विस्तास इंटरनेशनल जर्नल ऑफ मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी स्टडीज को, जिन्होंने मुझे ये अवसर दिया। तो सर्वप्रथम आप सभी को शुभ संध्या। Now, to begin with the topic that I am going to deliberate upon, sir, can we please have this slide removed, which is being displayed on the screen? So the topic that I'm going to deliberate upon is the use of AI tools in classrooms, in classroom teaching, opportunities and challenges.
Slide. I'm removing this book.
Okay, by the time the slide is not being moved, I may talk to my audience, the participants, and have an interaction with them. Okay. So the topic that I am going to deliberate upon is AI in classroom teaching. So my dear participants, respected colleagues, and dear faculty members, AI intelligence, what do we understand by AI intelligence? It would be very nice if we could have an interactive session and anyone could opt to answer to any of the questions as well. So artificial intelligence is no longer a futuristic concept in education. It is already helped in drafting lesson plans, in evaluating the assignments, in generating quizzes, taking lectures, and we also can use AI with the help of creating simulations and even answering to students' questions before teachers enter the class. So the real question which lies today is that educators today is not whether AI will enter education. It already is there. It has entered the education. So today's discussion is not about replacing teachers with machines. It's about understanding that how we can imbibe these intelligent technologies and enhance our pedagogical tools in teaching, and also the human element of judgment, which has to be there because a teacher is required to judge. That human element cannot be completely devoid in the process of teaching with the use of AI. So that has to be intact. Along with that, the AI will go through the evolution of educational technologies. We will also have a 10 minutes, I'll try to have a 10 to 15 minutes of workshop where I would request all my participants to open up their laptops. And if in case you are using a mobile phone to have to listen to this lecture. So, and you can, along with me, I can assess you in understanding 3-4 very simple tools of AI like Notebook LM or Claude AI or Otter or ChatGPT Pro, with the way how we should be giving the prompts and what all can be used by them. And even the free version of all these platforms are so very useful. Even if you don't want to spend extra bucks from your pocket, you may make use of it. So we can have that at the end, 10 to 15 minutes workshop, which I have already taken the permission from the organizers. And by then you can have your laptops ready. And what are the opportunities that AI is providing us? And also everything has both the flip side. Everything has a pros and a con. So there are two sides. It doesn't come without its challenges or ethical concerns. So we'll see that how we can mitigate those challenges and ethical concerns while using the AI, and the role of teachers in the AI era. And definitely we cannot forget the sustainable development goals which the UN has established for 2030. So the sustainable development goal 4 talks about quality education, and also there are sustainable development goals which talks about removing inequalities. So definitely this platform is also an access to the students who are not being able to go to the offline schools or educations, and we can educate them with the use of AI. And we'll also see that what are the best practices for the educational institutions, and also the future of AI in the higher education. Definitely that we are going to study in elaborative, detailed manner. So coming to the topic, that why this topic has been there in your FDP. Why does it matter today? Why are we studying AI in educational system or AI in the classrooms at all? So see, everything is impermanence, right? We have to adapt to the changing conditions and the times and equip ourselves with better technologies so that we are not behind anybody and we are well equipped to face any challenges. There is a shloka in Sanskrit which I have earmarked for to be discussed now. Karyam chaveksha shaktim cha desha kalau cha tat vatah karute dharma siddhyarthyam vishwarupa punha punha. It means basically that all our actions has to be performed considering my ability, the apt place, and the time. So what do the wise people, and in our case, the wise teaching fraternity, do? They adapt themselves repetitively. They equip themselves with the AI, much like the cosmic world, so that we as our teachers can fulfill our duties in this changing era of education system. Right. So this topic is the reason why it is mattering today, is that because education is moving from those traditional times. You remember those days where through the form of Shruti, the teacher used to sit under a tree and the disciples on the ground, and the education used to be disseminated. And whatever they remembered, it was Smriti. Right. So from those times to classroom teaching, to PowerPoint, to AI rooms, we are now moving to a very fast pace where we are talking about blockchains, we are talking about open AI. So education is not merely a technological issue. We have to see that how all this AI can be involved in our pedagogical, ethical ways, and definitely it is an institutional issue which needs to take care of. Now, coming to the question, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence refers to computer systems capable of performing tasks that normally do require human intelligence. All the prompts that we are giving to ChatGPT, to Claude AI, or Perplexity, they did require human.
Slide, you can change your slide. I make you host.
Okay, thank you so much. Just a second. Okay, yeah, thank you. So, okay, I can do it on my own now. So how to change the slide? Yeah. So can you please come to the first slide? Yeah, first slide, sir. First one.
You can share this from your side.
Yes,
then
yes.
we'll
I
follow.
can do it on my own, no? Yeah. Fine. So I'll refer to the slides in a while. Just 5 minutes of introduction that I had prepared. Just let me discuss that with you all. All right. So talking about artificial intelligence, yes, they do require human intelligence. All these prompts which were fit into them, which were entered into them, the algorithms made, the learning, the reasoning, the language procession, the decision making, personal problem problem solving, personalization, everything is relevant to education, right? So excessive technical detail, I would not delve into it because we are the students of social sciences. So we'll straight come to the topic that how we can make use of these AI tools. Now, what are the opportunities this AI provides us with? We can take very well programmed assessments. I'll just in my workshop let you all know how we can make quizzes just at the click of the mouse. And we can evaluate the objective assessments. We can provide them instant feedback. We can identify the learning gaps of the students and also track students' progress. There will be a stored history. We can refer them. We can see what our cohort of students are doing, how they are progressing, which areas are they facing the problems and the issues. And definitely there is a challenge to the faculties because it requires a lot of administrative, handling of all these assignments at the first go. But once you feed all this data into the system, it is a very smooth process. And it also allows the teachers to focus more on mentoring the students and the critical engagement rather than, giving a lot of time in making these assignments and assessing them manually. So all this is done by AI. So what do I do now? I can give a specialized focus to my slow learners, advanced learners, and I can customize the assignments as per the needs of my cohort of students. So that is a very helpful idea. And also there is a way to teach the students by gamification. There are AI chatbots. So the impact is that we can grab the attention of the students. There is an increased participation and the learning environment changes. It changes to a very active mode of simulations. Right. And it brings inclusivity. It is a real-time translation. Like presently, I'm sitting in the room in a corner of Dehradun, and we have so many participants from all across. So this is the online platform which gave us this opportunity. It has saved us so much of time travel, cost effective, right? And it is real time. Right now, you can have an access to your unmute and mute button, and you can ask me your question. I'm visible to you, and we may clarify our doubts. So this is, again, a very important aspect. Then the next aspect that I would like to delve upon is that what is our role in this era? We need to shift from that traditional role to the emerging role. As I just now mentioned, we need to change. The only thing permanent is the change. Right. We were previously information providers. Now students have all the sections and the acts and all the knowledge, whatever is available in the internet. So we do not have to provide them information. We have to facilitate their learning. We have to teach them how to learn. And obviously, I understand that you all must be knowing in higher education, it is more that the teachers are facilitators. Unlike what we see in school K-12 education system, the teachers, they teach. But in higher education, we actually don't teach. We are only the facilitators. From lecturers, our role with the use of AI has shifted to mentorship. We become the mentors. We become the people who will encourage the students to do critical thinking. And we will see that they navigate this process of using AI with ethics. That is the ethical navigator. So that is our task. And definitely the responsible and sustainable use of AI is the key thing which we have to see. We have seen the cases. It was also in the news regarding the cases where students took the entire assignment from the AI and just submitted to the teacher. But we do not have the AI guidelines as such. There is a vacuum. We do have now, after that episode, some NLUs and some international forums following the international forums guidelines, we have devised some mechanism. Like in my university, we generally say the AI should not be above 20%. And now in that also, there is a lot of gimmicks with the students play, AI humanization and things like that. So that is really challenging on the parts of the teachers, that how do we give them the assignments, then comes in our area, that how innovatively we design our assignments, that even if our student is using the AI, through the process of using the AI, he or she, our student, is learning as well. And then we also ask, like I generally ask my students to submit the prompts which they had given to the AI. So, through that, I get to know that how the student has applied the mind and has not simply copied my question assignment in the AI and just pasted me the answers. The student has to submit the series of prompts used by the help of the AI. And this helps us in innovation and infrastructure, again, which is an SDG 9 of the Sustainable Development Goals. And the best practices for the faculty members would be to use the AI as a teaching assistant. We all used to complain that we get a teaching assistant only once when we complete a PhD or we get a scholar. So AI now is our assistant. We can ask the AI to do all the work. And one important thing is that we need to verify the AI content. Sorry, AI does hallucinate. At times, there has been episodes where AI has been giving wrong citation of the case laws. AI has been giving wrong data, wrong references. So we need to verify that. We have to take that much of accountability of our act. We can definitely make use of AI, but we have to do that very, very cautiously. And we have to redesign assessments so that the originality can be kept intact. When the students are submitting, there may be AI. Yes, we cannot ask the students not to use AI. It's just like asking that there is a car parked outside my house.
Sorry, according to your presentation, I also change the slide.
Sir, am I being told something?
Ma'am, please change your slide also with your content.
Sir, I have not come to the slide content yet. It is just my 10 minutes of introduction.
Okay.
Never mind, it's okay.
Then content.
It's okay. So it is just like, a car is standing outside my house and I'm being asked to walk and go to the market to do my shopping. So if we ask students not to use the AI to do their assignments, it will be that wrongful an act. Right? If I have the car, if I have the convenience, why shouldn't I be driving and why should I be asked to walk? I'm not referring to the message given by our Narendra Modi sir. This is just an example. Yes, we need to save fuel. We may walk, but this is just like using convenience. We have a machine to operate and still we are asking to be done it manually. So we have to accept the change of the AI and we have to encourage our students to use AI. This time in my assignments, I have asked all my students to use AI to make their PPT. And right now, the PPT that I'll be sharing with you also for this platform, I have used a Notebook LM and Claude AI. I'll also brief you all on the workshop that how we can make use of it. And it was just a click of the finger and they have given me beautiful PPT presentations as well. Okay, so now coming to my PPT presentations. So beginning with my PPT. Just a small feedback, Vikas sir. Was I audible and visible, clear enough?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible and clear enough.
Thank you so much, organizers. So fine. Why the slide is not changing now? It'll be so ironical. I'm teaching on AI and I'm not being able to change my slide. Why isn't so happening?
You have slide control.
Slide control नहीं है क्या मेरे पास? अच्छा चलिए मैं शेयर कर लेती हूँ. हो गया. Function F5. Yeah. So fine. Here we go. So I'm going to deliberate on the topic, use of AI in tools in classroom teaching, opportunities and challenges. The session outline would be that we would first have the AI in education, the landscape, which more or less I have spoken about, the key AI tools that can be used in the classroom, the pedagogical opportunities. Just for my audience, the pedagogy means basically the way of teaching. Like right now, I am using the PPT and I'm also deliberating, I'm lecturing. So this is the pedagogy that I'm using today for today's lecture. It may be a flipped classroom, or it may be a handout that we give the handout to the students and we ask also them to refer them, things like that. So pedagogy is the way of teaching, the process how we deliberate or disseminate the education in the classroom. Next is the real world application and a few case studies, challenges and ethical concerns, and the way forward that we as an education fraternity we have, and the best practices that can be adopted.
Ma'am, you have slide control or not? Now, I'm stop sharing from here. You can share from your side.
Yes. So that would be perfect. So the changing landscape, this is the data where we are seeing that the 47% of educators are already using the AI tools. So I hope most of my participants belong to this 47%. And the improvement in student that can be noted to approximately 4x times the students are reported engaging with the AI and AI assisted learning. And definitely they are making a lot of use of it in the research. We all teachers are very well aware, and we are also facing challenges regarding the same, I know. And it has created almost a global edtech AI market. It will create by 2030 of $10 billion. Now, referring to this history, so see, in 2010 era, we saw that MOOCs were a lot in, right? We saw Coursera coming, we saw edX coming, which had brilliant programs from the international and national forums. And in our India, we have SWAYAM, right? So we saw in 2010, all this were coming. Then in 2016, we saw chatbots coming in, intelligent tutoring systems were introduced. In 2020, we saw a COVID era, which brought in all the universities were using LMS, learning management systems, and we're making use of it for taking examinations, assessments, and people have cleared big examinations, and people made a lot of use of this LMS system during the COVID area to earn also the international degrees even without spending a lot of money from their pocket. And then 2022 was a breakthrough. We saw ChatGPT. It revolutionized the entire teaching, student learning program, the system, and there was an AI interaction globally. There was in all across the daily newspapers and the TV channels. The flash was ChatGPT. And then with it, we had Pro ChatGPT. There were a lot of conversations going on, which if you all remember, those belonging to my era, that in 1990 and 2000s, when computers came in, there was a lot of conversation, that computers have come in, we become redundant, what will happen, a lot of jobs will be lost. But recently, when there was this AI summit, Mr. Sam Altman, he said that it is nothing like that. AI will not replace human, which specially required personalized area of expertise. Like, for example, let's say painting, plumbing, teaching. What aspect of teaching where a personalized judgment of a teacher is required? That cannot be replaced by AI, right? And then there was a lot of talk about ChatGPT, and in that process, we had various other tools coming up like Gemini, Copilot, Perplexity, coming, go. And if you see that in your mobile phones, now if you buy new mobile phones, Copilot is integrated into it. If you get any mobile message or a attachment in mobile, Copilot comes adjacent to it and gives you a summary, right? That what is it about? And even in PowerPoint presentation, I have seen, if you have seen the PPT, that over there at the right click, you get designer option, which was not prevalent a few years ago. So if you click on the designer, it gives you an access to design your PPT. I'm noting it down. I will show you the same in the workshop also. Yeah. So, and today, AI as a co-teacher. So my dear participants and friends, I'm talking not as an AI as an assistant now, but AI as a co-teaching, right? To generate content, for the feedback, for the assessment. So we'll see how it can be done. And these are just few tools which I have written, which are very much in, and they are very user-friendly, like ChatGPT, Claude AI, Gemini, Canmigo. Grammarly is way old. Grammarly and Culbert we have seen from a long time. Perplexity AI and QueryPod and Diffit. So pedagogical opportunities which we get from the AI tools, how AI transforms education and learning, we can see that there is a personalized learning. What does AI do? It adapts the content difficulty and helps the students to pace. There are so many programs in AI, Coursera AI, where the students can do self-paced programs, right? And by the way, this PPT I have made using AI. So that is also completely AI driven. Okay. So then there are automated assessments. If you have made one set of PPT questions and you are teaching that same subject to different badges, all you have to do in your LMS is export that questions in the next batch and it gets copy pasted. You can feed the answers into it. And what happens? The students answers and simultaneously at the just end of the last question answered by the students, there is an answer key and the marks scored by the answer. And there is a drop down menu. If you click on the download, the entire Excel sheets get downloaded with the marks written of the students adjacent to their names. So, and all this time which you saved from here can be used for your higher studies, for your research, for your Scopus writing papers, or your critical analysis of the student's assessment, So learning analytics, it helps us to track comprehension gaps, attendance patterns. Yes, attendance is recorded by the students in LMS, and also helps us to identify the slow learners and the advanced learners. And the students have a 24/7 interactive support. They get feedback. And also there is, interaction where the teacher may create a discussion board using the AI in the LMS. And what happens, you have posted a question and the students, as per their choice and availability of time, they enter an explanation or an answer or a discussion to that point which you have raised. For example, if I am writing a question that I'm teaching the subject of judicial process. All right, the jurisprudence behind judicial process. This is a law area that I'm talking about. And recently we had a case on Harish Rana, right, which was talking about euthanasia, removing the life support of the patient who has been chronically suffering from 13 years of coma. So in that case, if I want to know my students' views, I can just post a discussion forum. I can create a discussion forum, post my question, and give the students a time of, let's say, 48 hours or 72 hours where they can post their, understanding of the judgment, right? What philosophy was applied or what case was there. And that can be very helpful for the teacher. I request. Yeah, thank you so much. Yashodeep sir, I request you to kindly switch off your.
Unmute yourself. Ma'am, you can also.
Vikas sir, you may unmute all the other people also. That is there. Okay. So it helps us to generate the lecture notes, the case study, the quizzes, or the multilingual summaries in minutes and not hours. Achha, one more thing regarding the assessment I would like to give. I don't know if all the participants belong to the law field only, but what happens at time there is a recent judgment. Let's say only yesterday a judgment has come. So AI is not very much fed with all the details of that judgment. So what we can give an assignment today, just after the judgment has been passed, to our students and know their views and take a class performance of the students where they have limited access to the AI. Let's say if there is a lot of, PLAG and AI being used by the students. And the sixth point is that it is inclusive and accessible education is possible to all the students. Achha, now the next AI in action. A lot of theory has been discussed by me. Now let me discuss a little more practical aspect. So STEM teaching, this is basically for science students, research methods applicable to all of us. language and humanities for the social sciences. And again, flipped classroom is for all of us. So for STEM teaching, a physics professor can use ChatGPT to auto-generate 50 conceptual MCQs. He may upload the content, whatever it is, of his scripts or the sources from where he wants the ChatGPT to create MCQs. And also he may upload along with his content the Bloom's taxonomy levels, the revised Bloom's taxonomy levels, you know, analyze, remembering, understanding, analyze, then application. And then it may feed the weak performance into Khan MyGo for targeted tutoring. So that is a very, very customized way of taking the assessments. And my dear participants, I have also in my workshop kept a small section where we will discuss how to give the prompts. We can give advanced prompts to the same ChatGPT, and you will see how the responses given by the AI varies when our prompts are more synchronized and well curated. So we'll come to that as well. And for language and humanities and English, faculty may use AI to provide instant written feedback on 120 students' essay by flagging grammatical errors or argumentative weaknesses that can be highlighted by using AI. Perplexity, I don't know how many of you are already using it. Perplexity AI is very good for research. It identifies the literature gaps. Let's say you take out 10 papers. Just before me, the faculty teaching you, deliberating, was talking on research. So, you know, we can use these two very helpful tools, Perplexity AI and Claude. First step is use Perplexity to find the literature gaps, right? That you have selected, let's say, identified 50 papers relating to your research area of 2025 to 2026. And then you feed them into the Perplexity AI and you ask Perplexity AI to find the research gap for you, right? And then that literature review which has been given can be very well structured by using Claude AI. That may be true. So what happens now? You as a faculty, what are you doing? Then you may ask a question, then ma'am, what am I doing if everything is being done by the AI? So see, when you will run the Turnitin check of your paper, you are only doing literature survey and literature gap. So how much portion of your entire paper formulates that? A very, let's say 5 to 7%. So how much will the AI come? Very mere. So over here, our role as a researcher or a faculty shifts from validating methodology, कौन सा methodology use करें, कैसे, क्या process को अपनाएं, pilot study कैसे करें, किस topic पे करें. It shifts us from that area to critical thinking. तो जो main काम हमारा है, ऐसे ही हम universities में बहुत सारे administrative work करते हैं, which takes a lot of our time, right? So along with the time which gets wasted in doing unnecessary tasks, we may derive more satisfaction doing the critical evaluation. And next, flipped classroom. Faculties, I hope you all know what is flipped classroom, where the student teaches. Just a second, excuse me, I'll have to switch on the charger of my laptop. Yeah, thank you so much. So over here, yeah. So what does a faculty do? The other faculty, the student teaches the class. So what happens? Student will have to do a pre-study, will have to do a homework and come, without which the student will not be able to attend the class. A student will have to curate some questions to be asked to the fellow colleagues, fellow students. So for that also a student assesses. And now the other students who are listening to the presenter will have to study well so that they are in the position to answer the questions to their friends. Right, and there should not be an embarrassing situation for the student. So the student also prepares well for the flipped classroom. That has been my general observation as well. And the challenges that we face, I also discussed it in my introductory session. It is academic integrity and plagiarism. This is #1 challenge for all of us. And my dear faculty members, the only solution to this problem is a very, very well curated question where the student will make use of the AI, but will have to apply his or her head, intellect, to see what prompts will give me the correct answers. how to use this prompt or how to use this platform so that there is some innovation in my assignment that I submit to my teacher, right? So, and at times, this is also one of the challenge. It also happened with one of my very good students. The entire work done by the student was hers, but Turnitin showed a 45% AI. So that is also a challenge. So here, the human intellect of the teacher or the teacher's intervention is important. Otherwise, we may miss an opportunity of having a very good student. The student might get demotivated, discouraged, and dissatisfied, and it may create frustration in the student. So our intervention is very important in this case. Next, number 2, yes, it is a problem, digital divide and equity. Our previous presenter got disconnected for a while. So it did create a disruption for a time being, no fault being of the presenter. I might get disconnect. I'm not aware of that. But so this is a problem, network system. And next is the digital divide due to the economic conditions. Everybody may still today not have an access to the laptop or to the internet connections in the remote areas of India. Very, very remote areas. It is still to happen. I believe it'll be covered. This gap will narrow down soon. And urban-rural marginalized learners divide, that is always there. And faculty preparedness and resistance. As it is a faculty development program, I would like to speak a little more on this. In the beginning of the class, I did refer a shloka which said, we have to be capable. See, if we do not change as per the changing needs and times and demands of the students and the educational setup, we will be replaced. We will not get our credit or worth. We have to, hand in hand, as the day progress, as the society progresses, as the educational society progresses, we have to make use of the AI, right? All of you are today making use of this platform of online learning, right? So we have to make use of AI if we want to be equipped. Otherwise, those having the equipped knowledge of using AI may advance and we might be left behind. So we should not resist this very good change. We have to make AI training leads. There are AI, people who are, due to their age, they fear. When COVID times, even when I was asked to use LMS and everything 2020, I was very scared. But my university, it provided a thorough online, program for us to equip the LMS, for us to be equipped with the processors of LMS. And today I stand in a good position just because of those training sessions which were given to me by my institute. So but there has to be a determination to learn, the curiosity to learn, the inquisitiveness has to be there. If we don't have it, we cannot expect the same from our students. So we have to be prepared. We have to know how to use the AI. We have to avoid its misuse. Continuous professional development. All you people, I would like to congratulate all of you and also the organizing team of Vistas International Multidisciplinary Studios, the studies that they have arranged this FDP, and one important session they have kept on AI as a tool, and you all people are willing to learn it, right? So over-reliance and cognitive autotropy is also a challenge, because it at some point does hinder, may reduce critical reasoning development. AI should not replace higher order learning. When we give questions to our students in question paper also, we prepare the question paper on hot lot phenomena, right? High objective test questions, high intellect questions, and lower intellect questions so that all the students pass, and high intellect for the 90 percentile holders. So that is much applicable to us as well. Next is AI does hallucinate, AI does provide misinformations. So we have to be aware of that. Remember that maxim we studied, or for the others who are non-law faculties, caveat emptor, right? The buyer has to be aware. So in this case, the user has to be aware. There is hallucination, there is misinformation. We have to verify and we have to be aware. And yes, the sixth data is there. Privacy, data, and regulatory concerns. We are aware of the FERPA, GDPR. We are aware of the DPDP Act, which has come, and the latest DPDP rules of 2025. And we are seeing that how DPDP Act in parts is being made applicable across India based on the GDPR guidelines and international, international conventions and international dictates. So we are seeing how it is being applicable in India as well. So, and yes, it is a threat. So we have to be careful what data we are sharing, what information we are sharing. Now we have Authenticator app. I hope all of you have installed Double Authenticator app to log into your email accounts, to use AI. We should be aware of that, right? If we are negligent, we cannot blame if there is any loss of data or there is any privacy issues. So this I'm not going again because we have done it, the opportunities and the challenges, and way forward we have, let's start small. So today I will just explain you very few basics of few AI tools, and let us see how we can take small baby steps and we can learn to use AI in our teaching learning processes. And then take an attempt to redesign your assessments. This semester, I gave my students take-home test and I gave them 24 hours. So in the LMS that we have at our college level, university level, sorry. So I created that take-home test, which involved a lot of, I was teaching the subject of professional ethics and professional accounting. So what I did, I used many headings, and in every step, I gave a lot of data points where a student will get perplexed getting over so many data. And then I asked the students to answer few very simple questions, and I gave them full liberty to use AI, but then at the end, they had to submit all the prompts that were generated by them. And I had installed a plagiarism check tool in the LMS itself, where the answers which I was receiving of the students had already a Turnitin check played in it. So when I clicked on the answer, I knew that this student had this much of plagiarism and this much of similarity index. Sorry, this much of AI used. We'll see how I did that. Third, second one was here. Build an AI literacy culture. So that I think is already being done with so many of faculty development programs that we attend. That is already there. AI policy. It is very, very important. If you all do not have your AI policy in your institute, recently we also made an AI policy document for our students. So I would request all of you to please talk to your senior leadership at your institution and have an AI policy document which the students will have to abide by. That gives a sense of accountability and responsibility to the students. Fifth one is engage in continuous professional development. So you all people are already there in an FDP. I have nothing to say on that. And champion ethical and inclusive AI. So just see, faculty members, AI does have biases in it. Like, recently I was doing a PPT presentation on a topic like what the law students should be doing in their college days. So there was a function in our university, the last lecture, and I was making this PPT. So when I was asking the AI to generate the, an image in alignment with the content which I had written, all the images that I got were of a male character. None of the images were a female. So I thought, okay, this is a biasness over here. No female image was generated by the AI. And an image of a student, doing research work was of a boy. An image of a student following the guidelines of the university was of a boy. An image of a student not, doing eve teasing or anti-ragging or any type of, posh requirements is there that has to be complied by every university. So ICC, Internal Complaint Committee. So all the images were of a male character. This is one bias that I'm talking about. There are other biases as well. So we have to ensure that AI augments, facilitates what we are deliberating in the class rather than replacing us, human teachers. And this is my second last slide. So in this, I have basically imbibed Bloom's taxonomy with the use of AI in the class. See, we all know that the first step is remembering. Just for a fresh, just a small revision. Remembering that whatever after we have deliberated in the class, we deliberate in the class. But the question is, have our students learned? I am teaching, but are the students learning? Are they actually learning? Are they present only physically in my class or intellectually as well? Are they in the same level of understanding which what I want to deliberate in the class? Or is their level of understanding lower or higher than what I am deliberating? So when I have a class, let's say of 30 students, I have all the types of learners. So I have to customize my assignments so that I give the food for thought to my high learners. And I also handhold or I help those who are, slow learners in my class, right? So understanding, applying, how well are they in a position to apply what I have taught to them? Analyze, evaluating, creating. Creating basically mostly happens in science areas where they are able to create, let's say, some theories, or even in social sciences, we do create theories, but in the class level, I do not that much expect my students to come up with theories, but yes, they do come out with good critical judgment.
थोड़ी देर बैठे आ जाइए, ठंडा ठंडा पार्क में अच्छा पानी लगा रखा है, बिल्कुल अच्छा हो रहा है, तो घूमिए ना सही, ठीक है? हाँ,
प्लीज म्यूट योरसेल्फ।
विकास सर, आप क्यों नहीं म्यूट कर देते?
मैम मैंने ना, आप जब पीपीटी शेयर कर रहे थे, मैंने आपको होस्ट
मैडम,
नाउ यू आर
प्लीज।
चलिए ठीक है, कोई नहीं, it's okay. So evaluate, creating. So what was I saying? Yeah, I was saying that the students do come up. You know, it was very interesting when I asked my students to critically talk about the recent 338 pages Harish Rana case. I may be a little here and there with the pages, but it was 300 plus. So they came up with good arguments. Nowhere in the case they have talked about euthanasia. They have talked about removing the life support system. So they have not touched upon the active euthanasia. They have talked about mostly passive euthanasia. So there was a food for thought to think about. So creating. So now let us just quickly see that how we can use this Bloom's taxonomy with the AI. Remembering flashcard generators. I will talk about generating flashcards with the help of AI. What happens is the flashcards is, made visible to them on the screen, and it is helpful to remember, just remember, plain remembering. Understanding, ChatGPT, MCQ, Gemini, maybe paraphrasing tools and all. Applying, so we have Khanmigo. Analyzing, data visualization or literature analysis tool. So they analyze the various papers written on that topic, or they do a comparative analysis of what is happening in India and US, Russia, Canada, Singapore. They do a comparative study, let's say with the Scandinavian nations, that, okay, if we are talking about energy law, if we are talking about AI, what is happening in the Scandinavian nations and where is India? So that is analyzing. It helps the students to differentiate, compare using the AI. Evaluating, it is mostly for us, we as teachers, how we can evaluate their assessments, and also for the students to evaluate that how they have understood the content. So again, we have peer review assistants. You may not have to review all their assignments. A peer can do that for them. So that is also very helpful. And the last is creating. That happens when a student designs or creates a theory or constructs something very innovative. That is a very far-fetched, I think, level of Bloom's taxonomy. And if a student achieves that, there can be no bigger a joy to a teacher in that case. So that is there. And what we take back to class. So there are these 5 pointers which I have written for all of us to understand. It is by Future of Education 2024. That question is not whether AI will change education. The question is whether the educators will shape that change. We need to change the education system, and we have to be the facilitators of the same using the AI. AI is not a threat. It is a very, very powerful pedagogical partner. When we use it thoughtfully, curatively, intellectually, opportunities far outweigh the challenges. We do have challenges, but opportunities are so high. The boon is so high than the bane that we need to use the AI. We cannot resist it. we cannot, push it back. We cannot restrain it. If faculty leads with intention and ethical awareness, and we need to start with one tool. As I say, baby steps, small steps, you feel confident, move on to the other step, or use the first platform only of AI to further acclimatizing yourself with that AI tool. Let's say if you're using ChatGPT, today you have used ChatGPT to create 50 MCQs. Tomorrow use ChatGPT to create an assignment which will bring out critical thinking of the students. So go slow. It's okay. As far as you are going ahead, it is fine. We don't need to, run or pace very, very fast with it. Today you did an AI session and then you sit with 5 tools. I, as a instructor to this session, I will have to teach you 5 tools, but I'm not expecting you all to learn all of them. You will have a recorded session. You can take small bullet notes and we can go ahead. The fourth is redesign your assessments to be AI robust and higher order thinking focused. I spoke about HOT, higher order thinking, for high learners, for advanced learners, and LOT, lower order thinking bhi hota hai, wo hum use karte hain for slow learners. Because I hope you all understand that whenever we are preparing any assignment or any question paper, 40% should be such that my entire class can pass. Then gradually the level should be enhanced. 60, 70, 80, and the last 10 markers should be of such a kind that only the very, very brilliant ones, or those who all have really burned the midnight oil, can only answer those questions. Then we can create a good rubric system. Rubric system, I hope, in a very brief, I would like to say what is rubrics, where you all create parameters on which you all will be marking to the student. Let's say 10 mark for the content, 10 mark for the, let's say, tool used to create that content, 10 mark for the clarity of thought, 10 mark for the case analysis. This is what we all do. Iska bas term hai rubrics. Simple si baat hai, hum sabhi karte hain वैसे. Maybe we are not aware of the term. And the fifth point, your role as educator is irreplaceable. So firstly, lastly, let me tell all my participants over here that we are not going to be replaced. So do not fear on that at all. We are, because the human quotient that we have to use AI with the human intellect, right? High bolte hain, say HI. Human intellect has to be imbibed there. The empathy that we have, the mentorship that we can do, the encouragement which we can pour on our students, that human element cannot be given by AI, whatever algorithm we make or we construct. And wisdom cannot be automated. Even the feed that we are giving into the AI is by us, right? Wisdom cannot be passed. It can be informative, it can be guide, but it cannot be a mentor. So with this, I have completed whatever I had planned to disseminate in my PPT format. Now, Vikas sir, I request you to let me know how many more minutes do I have for the workshop. It's still 7. I think I have 15 minutes. Yeah.
There is some question in chat box.
Sorry, sir.
There are some questions in chat box, ma'am. If you want to reply that. The first question is, the first question is from Dr.
हाँ जी मैम, मैं देख लेती हूँ, क्योंकि है ना हमें इसमें देर ना हो जाए वर्कशॉप में. मेरे पास सर टाइम कितने बजे तक है, आप बता दोगे प्लीज?
15 minutes.
अच्छा, क्योंकि मैंने इतने समय तक सबको बोलते रही वर्कशॉप कराऊंगी, फिर अगर नहीं कराऊंगी तो गलत हो जाएगा. एक सेकेंड.
You have the option of chat at the left side.
So just a second. All right. Chat. Okay. Is generative AI challenge for academic integrity and plagiarism control? What changes can AI bring to the future role of teachers? In very informative session, magnificent, ma'am. तो क्वेश्चन तो दो ही है.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. Okay, so Dr. Mamta Devi, a very good evening to you, ma'am. Thank you for being here. So yes, ma'am, it is a challenge. There is a plagiarism control, ma'am. I'm sorry, but we have to do a Turnitin check. Everything depends on the type of assignment that we give. And yes, it can change the role of AI. AI can change the role of a teacher in the classroom. So I will quickly begin with my workshop, ma'am, and it will be clear to you how I can do it. All right. So just give me a while and I'll quickly come to it. Okay. So Copilot. ठीक है. पहले तो मैं आप लोगों को छोटी छोटी चीजों से शुरू कर देती हूँ. पीपीटी के प्लेटफॉर्म से शुरू करती हूँ. Share screen. Share. Yeah. So see. ये गोल गोल क्यों हो रहा है? Buffering. See, now it's buffering. चलो ठीक है. See, if you all have your laptop open, I am opening Notebook LM. It's a very good platform. So you click, everybody's the screen is visible?
Yes, madam.
Yeah. So see, we click on this Notebook LM, right? Try Notebook LM. बिना पेड वर्जन ही इसका इतना हेल्पफुल है. मैं इसको पिछले 6 महीने से यूज कर रही हूँ and it's giving me very good results without spending a penny from my pocket. तो देखिए, अभी मैंने यहाँ पर क्रिएट न्यू पर क्लिक किया. ठीक है. हाँ, क्रिएट न्यू. आप लोग भी साथ ही साथ कर सकते हो. स्टेप 1, आई ओपन नोटबुक LM, ट्राई नोटबुक LM, क्रिएट न्यू पर मैंने क्लिक किया. Now Notebook LM, what is there? Unlike ChatGPT, where we write something, in Notebook LM, we have to enter a link or a content. All right. So let's say I opened I upload a file. Okay. Let's say, चलो ठीक है. आप लोगों को ये क्लास डेलिब्रेट करने के लिए ना मैंने एक पीपीटी बनाई थी, AI क्लासरूम टीचिंग. ओके. तो इसी को मैं, ये जो पीपीटी मैंने आप लोगों को दिखाई, तो मैं इसको अपलोड कर दिया मैंने. Now the moment I uploaded it in the Notebook LM, the first thing that it will do is give me a synopsis of what my PPT consists of. ठीक है. देखिए, अब इस पीपीटी में जो भी मैंने लिखा ना, इसने एक छोटा सा सिनॉप्सिस दे दिया. AI tools in classroom teaching, opportunities and challenges. It gave me this presentation is by so and so, topic so and so. ये पेपर क्या हाईलाइट, ये पीपीटी क्या हाईलाइट करती है. These things are being highlighted by the PPT and what are the details in this PPT. So see, this huge PPT uploaded by me gave me an understanding in one paragraph. So let's say if you have a 500-paged document or a 300-paged judgment and you want to know in very brief the highlights, you can use Notebook LM. It gave me a brief. Till here, is it clear to all of you? May I have a thumbs up or a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Now, I want Notebook LM to create a flashcard. See, over here, there is a flashcard. I want Notebook LM to create a flashcard based on the content that I have uploaded. So I click on flashcard. It has started doing my work. An assistant without any payment. So see, it has started doing a flashcard work and it is generating AI flashcard based on your source. So it is happening. अब मुझे नहीं पता ये कितना देर लगाएगा, मेरे पास टाइम आप लोग के साथ कमी है, बट क्या होगा, फ्लैश कार्ड पूरा निकल के आ जाएगा. Now if I want my students, a quiz we created for my students. All right. So I will click on this quiz. And इस पूरे डॉक्यूमेंट के बेस पर क्विज भी बनकर आ जाएगी. पहले फ्लैश कार्ड आएगा. Somebody is marking my screen. Please don't do that. So over here, this quiz will come up. देखो यहाँ पर generate हो रहा है. Generating quiz, flash card. देखो flash card generate हो गया. अब let's see क्या आया flash card में. Remember Bloom's taxonomy? I told you all that flashcard just helps us to memorize. So अब flashcard में क्या था? मैंने अपने students से पूछा. Okay, according to 2024 data, students, what percentage of educators already use AI tools regularly? If you all remember, in my PPT, it was 47%. So students may say 47%, got it. Next question आ गया. What is the reported factor of improvement in student engagement while using AI-assisted learning? 3.7x था. तो 3.7x students ने जवाब दिया. अब साथ ही साथ आपके अगर if you have a PPT display access in your classroom, you just connect to the internet. You have taught a topic and you display these flashcards and students are revising with you. You know, this is very effective for the first year, second year students, where they are answering to these questions and a flashcard has been created. The global EdTech AI market is projected to exceed by how much money by the year 2030? If you remember, $10 billion. Right? So ये हो गया अपना flashcard. Now coming to the next topic. See, let us have a look at how the quiz has been created. Quiz for my students. What is the projected value of global EDX AI market by the 2020? Quiz create ho gayi. I can also see, to make the class more engaging, more interesting, I can click on the hint. It facilitates the students. So I click on the hint. Refer to the statistical highlights in the changing landscape of AI in education. Students, refer to that particular slide. You will get the answer. Right? And then the class says this. And then I go to the, that's right, next question. तो देखो चैट जीपीटी ने नोटबुक एलएम ने मेरे लिए विद इन 1 minute 50 MCQs बना दिए, राइट? एंड वी ऑल्सो हैड आवर फ्लैश कार्ड्स. अब मान लीजिए आप लोग पार्टिसिपेंट्स, इफ यू ऑल आर डीलिंग विद सम डेटा रिलेटेड टू योर research, where there is some government data by NCRB report or something like that, you enter that data and it is a report. You click on the report, you get a report. You want to have an audio overview of that, you get an audio overview. You have a video overview, you create a video overview. So these are the options which are available in Notebook LM. And इस PPT को बनाने के लिए ना मैंने यही किया था. I had entered 2-3 contents from the internet and my few notes and understanding, and I had asked them to prepare a flashcard, and then I use that in Claude AI. अब मैं आप लोग को फटाफट Claude AI दिखा दूं जरा. So I'm closing the Notebook LM. All right, everyone, because we have a little shortage of time. So I'll come on to now Claude AI. ये रेड किसने कर दिया मेरी स्क्रीन में? So Claude AI. So over here, अच्छा one thing, आप लोग जब prompt देते हो ना AI को, तो एकदम ऐसे दीजिएगा, give it in a way that you are teaching a small child. Write every small little thing. Like for example, I told AI 2 days back, I told AI that I am a PhD in so and so. I am going to deliberate in an FDP program where my participants are going to be great eminent doctorates from various universities across India, maybe even abroad, because it is an international, maybe abroad. So up to that level, create a PPT using my notes and content which I am uploading, create a PPT which should be very apt for the occasion of a faculty development program. This is the prompt that I gave to the AI, and that is how it was done. So we have to be specific with the prompt. The lengthier the prompt by lengthier, I mean a synchronized, like if I say, make this, I'm giving a small prompt, a PPT on Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Okay, I will use the make a PPT to teach Article 21 of the Constitution of India to the. Now, why I'm specifically writing undergraduate students, I'll let you all know why. Okay. Now, participants, I have written this prompt. Make a PPT to teach Article 21 of the Constitution of India to undergraduate students. It will give you a PPT. ठीक है? 2 minutes में आ जाएगा. Give the same prompt, writing, make a PPT to teach Article 21 of the Constitution of India to my PhD students. It will give you a higher version. Write, again, give a different prompt, make a PPT to deliberate upon the topic of Article 21 of the Constitution of India, bringing in its critical analysis and the new rights enshrined under Article 21 by the eminent judges, in which I shall be presenting in a faculty development program to the professors of various eminent universities. Then you see the level. So the 3 prompts will give you 3 level of PPTs. That is why I was harping on the fact that please pay a lot of emphasis on the type of prompts that you are giving to the PPT. And during the time it is making the PPT for me, let me quickly show you the third and the last thing, because the time is also reduced now. I wanted to show you all the Copilot. It is very, very अरे यार मेरी स्क्रीन को क्या हो गया? Just a minute, okay, Vikas sir, just one last thing I'll show.
No problem.
Yeah. PowerPoint presentation. Share screen. Share screen. Yeah. So just see everyone, what I did was, okay, while the PowerPoint is on, this share screen is there, I cannot work on my screen. That is why it wasn't showing. करते करते इंसान सीखता है ना. एक सेकेंड, एक चीज मैं खोल लेती हूँ, फिर आप लोगों को दिखाती हूँ. न्यू PPT. I'll take 1 more minute, maybe, sir.
No problem, ma'am.
ठीक है, मिला finally. I used a lot of Hindi, oblivion of the fact there might be someone who doesn't understand Hindi. I just now realized I did not follow inclusivity. Okay, so everyone, please look at my screen. The thing that I was telling you all, one very, very simple thing is that ये ना नया मतलब कुछ समय पहले आया या फिर मुझे पता चला recently, मुझे नहीं पता, आप लोग verify कर लेना. Now this is a PPT. Let's say this is already a very good PPT made by the AI. Let's say had it been a very, very simple PPT. Now when I'm on this slide, I click on designer over here. Okay, designer, and okay, this is already a very good PPT, so we do not have design. Let me see other ones. PPT. Stop. Sorry, participants, it's not happening with this screen share. No, I'm not being able to tell you all properly. Anyhow, just orally, I'm telling you, if you all try in the, in your PPT, it will be very simple. Just open a PowerPoint presentation. At the right-hand side, you get the option of designer. In every slide, you click on designer and it will give you multiple options. Copilot is also there. And you can beautify your PowerPoint presentations using that designer or Copilot. And I have already spoken about flashcards. One very important thing, just a recapitulation before I finally wind up, is that prompts. Be very useful of your prompts. You can also ask AI to make prompts for you. You know, that is so interesting. For learners, for the beginners, you may ask AI that how to give a very good prompt on this. My requisites are all these specifications. That is one thing. Notebook LM, I have already told you all. I have also showed you the display of it, Notebook LM, how to use it. And one thing that you remember, that command which we gave to the Claude AI to make the PPT, Article 21, वो उसने करके दे दिया है हमें. तो चलिए वो देख लेते हैं एक बार. See, this is such a beautiful PPT which they gave us. Slide 1, there is an option to download. I'm not doing it for further time lag jayega. PPT 1, PPT 2, historical context, PPT 3, PPT 4, AK Gopalan case, PPT 5, and see 13 slides, beautiful PPT, which I'm scrolling down at the right-hand side. You can see such an engaging PPT with the students. And I just gave one line prompt and I have this PPT in 2-3 minutes, which I would have taken 3-4 hours earlier to be made, right? Or even Canva can be used to make a PPT, and the same prompt you try with postgraduate students or PhD scholars. With the prompt, you will get 3 different levels of PPT sets, and which will be very categorically more advanced than the earlier one. So be careful on the prompts. Next topic that I wanted to deliberate, quickly revise upon was Copilot, which I have already discussed, the PPT designer, and the flashcards, which we made using the Claude AI, Notebook LM. So thank you so much, audience. At the end, I was wanting to say so many things, so maybe I did not sound very much synchronized at the end because of the time. So thank you so much. Once again, I would like to thank Vikas Punya sir and the entire organizing team for giving me this opportunity, and also Dr. Raj Yadav. Pranam sabhi ko. Thank you.
We will organize another session, ma'am.
Sorry?
We will organize another session for you.
Yeah. I would love to more deliberate on AI. Thank you so much, everyone.
Your highly interactive and insightful session, the way you explain AI tools and how we can use them effectively and their relevance in the present era, and where teachers have evolved into facilitator, and we are truly remarkable. And your discussion on the evolution of AI in education over time, along with the challenges and ethical concern associated with it and its uses, greatly enhanced our understanding. Your session was both enlightening and inspiring, provide us with valuable knowledge about effectively integrating AI into modern education. Thank you so much, ma'am.
There is a question
Garvit
from
ma'am,
Professor
आपने
Rahmani.
तारीफों के पुल बांध दिए Garvit ma'am. Thank you.
There
आपको
is
बहुत
one
बहुत
question
धन्यवाद.
from our ma'am. There is one question.
Okay, there is one
from
question.
our resource person, our session first.
I shall now remove my video. I'm done, right?
Ma'am, there is one question.
There is
in
one
chat
Question. Okay. Yes. Who has that question?
Professor Rahmani is there, and they have written their question in the chat. You may please
Yes.
read it out.
Yes. I'm quickly seeing it. I will share in the group. Thank you. Yes, if AI replaces human decision making, how can we prevent the weakening of critical thinking and over-dependence? Yes, that is a challenge. Given AI spread of bias and misinformation, what current solutions exist to prevent harm? And yes, sir, that's a very brilliant question. Thank you so much for the question. Yes, it is. I also, in my interactive session, have spoken about this biasness and misinformation, and very evidently, it was happening there with me last week when I was creating images with the help of AI. All the AI images were that of a male, and that was really shocking to me, being a philosopher of gender justice in my PhD level. And it attracted my attention. So the current solutions is that, sir, for biases, see, the algorithms that will be set may help the people creating the AI, generative AI, with their detailed programming skills and setup, they may do so. And even we as users, when we feed data, when we give prompts, we are also educating AI. I hope we are aware, the house is aware of that with our prompts, even the AI gets educated to answer advanced levels of other prompts which may be given by other learners or users. So that is one thing that we may, and that is a very nominal thing which we can do. Nothing great or very significant. That is a limitation. And current solutions is, sir, that we need to verify. So Rahmani sir, we need to verify the AI produced content. Like when I also saw the PPT generated by the AI, I did give it in a look. It was not that directly I came to today's presentation and I have opened my PPT. I did verify that statistics which were given by AI, the source from which that AI has given me that statistics, that has been verified. And are they sufficient? No, sir, they are definitely not sufficient at their level. So we at our level need to be more vigilant and diligently handle the AI tools. And that is all we can do. How can we prevent the weakening of critical thinking, sir? That we can only do by curating very, very innovative assessments for our students. That is the only way we can do so. And over dependence, Haji sir, ye to ho gaya hai, bahut zyada ho gaya hai. We can only do, curate good assessments and break that vicious cycle of over dependence on AI by our students, by our learners. That is all that we can do. So thank you so much. I hope I have satisfactorily answered your question. And thank you to all the professors who have appreciated my informative sessions. Thank you so much. And I really, जो स्टूडेंट विलेज में है वो कैसे एआई का यूज पता चलेगा. हाँ राजरानी जी, ये बहुत बड़ी एक लिमिटेशन है, इसलिए मेरी स्लाइड की पीपीटी की एक स्लाइड इस विषय पर बात कर रही थी कि ये जो डिजिटल डिवाइड है ना, रूरल अर्बन डिवाइड है, इसका हम कुछ खास तो नहीं कर सकते, हम अवेयरनेस कर सकते हैं, हम वेट कर सकते हैं कि हमारा देश और विकसित भारत बने और हम दूर दूर रिमोट एरियाज तक अपनी एआई को पहुंचा सके. दिस इज ऑल वी कैन डू. लेकिन हाँ, पहले की तुलना हम आज के दौर में बहुत ही आगे बढ़े हैं, आधुनिक हुए हैं, ये मैं कह सकती हूँ. राजरानी जी, आपकी एम्पैथी को मैं अप्रिशिएट करती हूँ जो आपकी है रूरल एरियाज को लेकर. थैंक यू दीपिका सर, दीपिका मैम, थैंक यू सीमा मैम, थैंक यू प्रिया मैम, थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
As we come to the end of today's session, I take this opportunity to express heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource persons, Dr. Gulabmed Rahmani and Dr. Shruti Das Gupta, for sharing their valuable knowledge, scholarly insights, and practical experience with us. And special thanks to the organizing committee, technical team, coordinators, volunteers whose coordination, continuous efforts made today's program successful. Before we conclude today's session, I would like to inform all the participants that tomorrow we will have the privilege of attending insightful lectures by our two resource persons, Dr. Amit Guleria, Assistant Professor, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law College, Sonipat, on UGC guideline on academic integrity and implementation and challenges. And the second resource person is Imam Mohammad Fari Mok, former Minister of Transportation of Afghanistan, on the absence of sustainable development perspectives in business. So with this note, we look forward to your gracious presence in the upcoming session of the International Faculty Development Program. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening ahead. And learning never stops when minds come together globally. Thank you for being a part of this international academic journey. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Anuradha.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Participants can leave now.
Hmm.